Kourtney Kardashian surprises husband Travis Barker with epic Halloween scare zone at their home. Okay, so most people surprise their significant other with, like, flowers, maybe a nice dinner, possibly a heartfelt card if they're feeling extra romantic. But Kourtney Kardashian? This woman just casually contacted Universal Studios, had them build an entire professional-grade horror movie scare zone at her house, and ambush her husband Travis Barker with it, like it's a totally normal Tuesday activity. I'm sorry, but can we just acknowledge how absolutely unhinged and simultaneously incredible that is? Like, the bar for romantic gestures just got raised so high that the rest of us need oxygen tanks to even see it. Welcome back to Celebrity Treadmill, where we break down the most extravagant, jaw-dropping, and frankly insane things celebrities do that make regular life look like we're all living in black and white while they're in technicolor. Today, we're diving into Kourtney's Halloween surprise for Travis that's got everyone talking and, honestly, questioning their own relationship game. But before we get into all the spooky, expensive, over-the-top details, do me a massive favor and hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell. Because trust me, if you think this story is wild, you haven't seen anything yet. We got so much celebrity chaos coming your way, and you don't want to miss a single second. So let's set the scene here, because context matters. Kourtney Kardashian, the eldest of the Kardashian sisters, the one who's always been portrayed as the most grounded, the most zen, the one who runs a wellness empire called Push and talks about organic living and holistic health, just went full Hollywood extra for Halloween. And when I say extra, I mean she coordinated with Universal Studios, yes, the Universal Studios, to set up a fully immersive scare zone at their California home, inspired by the horror sequel The Black Phone 2. Not a haunted house decoration from Home Depot, not some spooky lawn ornaments. A legitimate, professional, make you question your life choices scary experience that people normally pay theme park admission prices to endure. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with The Black Phone, let me give you the quick rundown. The original movie came out a couple years back, and it was genuinely terrifying. We're talking about a horror film that involves a kidnapped kid, a creepy basement, and a mysterious phone that connects him to the killer's previous victims. It's the kind of movie that makes you sleep with the lights on and reconsider answering unknown phone calls. So when Kourtney decided to surprise Travis with a scare zone based on the sequel, she wasn't messing around. This wasn't cute Halloween fun. This was psychological warfare disguised as romantic gesture, and honestly, I'm kind of here for it. Let's talk about the logistics for a second, because this is where it gets really interesting. You can't just call up Universal Studios and be like, "Hey, can you swing by my house with some actors and props?" Well, unless you're a Kardashian, apparently you can. The amount of coordination, planning, and let's be honest, money that had to go into making this happen is mind-boggling. We're talking about professional set designers, trained scare actors, probably lighting technicians, sound designers, the whole production crew. This wasn't a Pinterest DIY project. This was a full-scale Hollywood production happening in someone's backyard. And the fact that Kourtney pulled this off as a surprise, the organizational skills alone deserve an award. But here's what makes this whole thing even more perfect. Travis Barker, punk rock legend, drummer for Blink, 182, the guy with enough tattoos to open an art gallery on his body, the man who has literally survived a plane crash and cheated death, got scared. Like, genuinely terrified. There's something beautifully poetic about watching one of rock music's toughest guys get absolutely demolished by a haunted house setup. It's the kind of content the internet lives for. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how cool you are or how many stages you played, a good scare gets everyone. And Kourtney knew exactly what she was doing. Now, let's zoom out for a second and talk about what this says about their relationship, because I think there's actually something kind of sweet underneath all the absurdity. Kourtney and Travis have been giving us couple goals content since they went public with their relationship. And yes, I know some of you are probably rolling your eyes because their PDA levels are off the charts, and sometimes it feels like they're auditioning for a vampire romance novel. But you can't deny that they seem genuinely happy. They're obsessed with each other in a way that's either adorable or nauseating, depending on your tolerance, for public displays of affection. And this Halloween surprise? It's just another example of Kourtney going above and beyond to do something she knew Travis would love. Because here's the thing about Travis Barker that casual fans might not know. The man loves Halloween. Like, really loves it. We're not talking about someone who throws on a costume and calls it a day. Travis goes all out. He decorates his house like it's competing for a spot on a Best Halloween Displays TV show. He throws elaborate parties. He embraces the spooky season with enthusiasm that's honestly infectious. So when Kourtney decided to surprise him, she wasn't just randomly picking something. She was tapping into something he's genuinely passionate about. That's the kind of thoughtful gesture that, when you strip away all the excess and the money and the celebrity factor, is actually really romantic. Must be nice to have Kardashian money. The spectrum of reactions was as wide as you'd expect, but one thing was universal. Everyone was talking about it. And isn't that the whole point of being Kardashian? To keep people talking, to stay relevant, to create moments that become part of the cultural conversation. Let's also talk about the timing of this, because it's actually pretty smart from a business perspective. The Black Phone 2 is presumably being promoted right now or was recently released, and here's Kourtney Kardashian, reality TV royalty with millions of followers, essentially giving it free publicity. Whether that was intentional or just a happy accident, it's brilliant marketing. Universal Studios gets exposure, the movie gets talked about, and Kourtney gets content for her social media and potentially for the Kardashian show on Hulu. Everyone wins. It's the kind of symbiotic celebrity relationship that makes the entertainment industry go round. And honestly, it's kind of genius when you think about it. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Is this really news? Is a rich person spending money on an elaborate surprise really worth talking about? And fair question. On the surface, no, this isn't breaking news. This isn't changing the world or solving any problems. But here's why it matters, or at least why it's interesting. Stories like this give us a glimpse into a lifestyle that most of us will never experience. They're escapism. They're entertainment. They're the modern equivalent of reading about royalty in fairy tales. We watch the Kardashians do outrageous things not because we think we'll ever do them ourselves, but because there's something fascinating about seeing just how far excess can go. It's like watching a nature documentary about an exotic species. You're not planning to become a peacock, but watching them strut around is still captivating. And there's another layer to this that I think is worth exploring. The Kardashians have essentially gamified life. They've turned everyday experiences into content opportunities, into moments that can be packaged, posted, and monetized. A surprise for your husband isn't just a private moment between two people. It's a story to share with millions of followers. It's footage for the reality show. It's engagement on social media. It's brand building. And while that might sound cynical, it's also just smart business. They figured out how to turn their personal lives into an empire worth billions. Love them or hate them, you have to respect the hustle. What do you think about Kourtney's Halloween surprise? Is it relationship goals or is it too much? Would you want your partner to do something like this? Or would you prefer something more low-key? And more importantly, what's the most creative surprise you've ever pulled off for someone you love? Drop all your thoughts in the comments because I genuinely want to hear your take on this. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Kardashian Halloween extravagance, make sure you hit that like button. Share this video with your friends who are equally fascinated by celebrity culture, and stay subscribed to Celebrity Treadmill because we got so much more coming your way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.